Welcome back to the Grow Nutrition Business Podcast, powered by HSN Mentoring. At Healthy Steps Nutrition, we believe something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated, which is why we focus on a simple, habit-based approach when working with clients. We know that helping our clients become the best and healthiest versions of themselves isn't just about telling them what to eat or going to the gym a few hours a week. In fact, we have to use a client-centered and holistic approach, addressing nutrition, stress management, sleep, support system, lifestyle, and of course, exercise. My name is Nicole Aucoin, and I'm the founder of Healthy Steps Nutrition, home of CrossFit, HSN, and HSN Mentoring. In this podcast, we're going to teach you how to take one step at a time to build a successful nutrition coaching program. Today's podcast guest, really hit home. Her name is Lindsey Marcelli. She is the founder of Girls Gone RX and Compete for a Cure, a nonprofit supporting women who've been diagnosed with breast cancer. If you know any of my history, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer when I was young, and we completely changed our diet. Breast cancer is something that is near to and dear to my heart. We've worked with organizations in the past helping build nutrition programs for breast cancer patients, so it was a no-brainer when Lindsey reached out and asked if we would partner with her to help support a nutrition coaching scholarship through Compete for a Cure. Absolutely, we are pumped to be able to support these women. It has kicked off. They are receiving nutrition coaching, and it is an amazing partnership. I'm so excited for this to grow in the future. In this podcast, Lindsey talks a little bit about the background of Girls Gone RX and Compete for a Cure. She talks about some simple tips if you are looking to increase engagement with in-house competitions and even some fundraising. And we talk about the details with the Compete for a Cure partnership with Healthy Steps Nutrition, specifically around the nutrition coaching scholarship. If you have women in your community who've been diagnosed with breast cancer, make sure you tune into that part because there are some amazing resources through Compete for a Cure that are available for them. If you're looking to fundraise this October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Compete for a Cure is definitely who I would check out and contribute to. What's really cool about this organization is you're fundraising to support these women, but it ends up going back into your local community too, because it's really easy for women to apply for a scholarship to help with mental and physical health, such as gym memberships, nutrition coaching through Healthy Steps Nutrition, and even some mental health stuff. All right, let's get into this episode with Lindsey. Lindsey Marcelli, welcome to the Grow Nutrition Business Podcast. So excited to have you on today.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
You are a busy woman. You have 3 young kids. You guys have a business that many people have heard of, and now you also have a nonprofit. I am so excited to dive into quite a few of these things. Tell me a little bit about your background and why you started Girls Gone RX.
Oh, yes. Well, we started in 2012.
Okay.
We used to own a CrossFit gym in Denver, and we obviously, as like a gym owner, we had a little bit of a platform to put on something for a good cause. And so we did our first Girls Gone RX comp in 2012. Wow. My mom was diagnosed in breast cancer when I was deployed in Iraq in 2007 and 2008. And then after we got back, we owned a gym. And so we wanted to do an event that kind of not honored her, but was benefiting something that we could, put towards a good cause. Girls Gone RX Comp started, and we sold it out to 80 teams. It wasn't really sold out because I didn't know what to expect that day. We did a dodgeball tournament. It was just fun. People dressed up, and we had glitter in our gym for probably 3 years later. It was awesome. And then, we had teams of 3 because I have 2 brothers. So I wanted to kind of tie it into the whole, being for my mom. And that's where the teams of 3 came from. So
I did not realize that your mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. And that was, well, we connect there pretty closely. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys start that, you sell it out with 80 teams. How did you get that many teams to sign up for a competition?
Oh gosh. Who knows? I don't even know, because we had opened our gym just less than a year prior. So we were new in the gym, in the CrossFit community and everything. And there wasn't anything like what we were doing. There was no all-female comps. there was nothing. And I think when people saw it and it went towards a good cause, like kind of similar to what happens today, like everybody jumps on board because especially nowadays, everybody knows somebody that has breast cancer or a family member, or I mean, the connections go far beyond just competing. And then, I mean, when you get women all together in the same thing, supporting each other, like that kind of energy is crazy. So it's fun to see all these women come together and all these gyms come together and everybody just supports each other. Of course, it's a competition, but you don't really notice that when you're at the comp.
I love that. So you guys were
Yeah.
donating the money that was being raised for Girls Gone RX competitions to other breast cancer fundraisers for a while. What made you guys decide to create your own fundraiser or nonprofit called Compete for a Cure?
Yeah. So always benefited breast cancer charities across the whole Girls Gone RX. So we have Girls Gone RX in different countries, different areas. And what we realized last year is our other affiliates in other countries, they didn't have quite the same fundraising platforms that we do here in the US. And so my first issue is like, how can I fix fundraising so that way girls in Europe can fundraise just as easily as we can here in the US? And then I realized all these communities that are doing the fundraising, how awesome would it be if it went back into your community? So let's say I register because my friend Sarah has breast cancer. How cool would it be to see that if I fundraise, I could potentially help Sarah on her journey? And so I wanted to create something. It was not in my plan. If you would ask me a few years ago if I was going to be in a nonprofit, I would have been like, I have no clue what that looks like. But yeah, so I really wanted to do something that could help survivors just thrive in their community, not take them out of their community, just support them. And then also being that I owned a gym for a long time, I think if a breast cancer survivor would have come to my gym, I think I would have been really hesitant on helping them, or maybe not knowing what to say or saying the wrong thing, or do I have them be separate because of immune issues? So I wanted to make sure we could get some education for like coaches like me and be able to welcome people easily and have it be just something that's easily accessible for everybody.
I love
that's
that.
kind of where it all
Tell
stems
me a
from.
little bit about the education that's now available for coaches. So, that you guys have created a free course for coaches that anyone can take to give them some tools and resources to feel a little bit more confident with people who are walking through breast cancer. What does that look like?
Yeah, so we have a free breast cancer basics for coaches. It's just a course dedicated to educating coaches in any community. So whether you're a personal trainer, whether you do CrossFit, High Rocks, wherever you're at, anyone can take it. And the goal is just to basically, like we said, help people thrive in their communities and then feel confident in their health. Like feel confident that when you go to your coach and trainer, they do know a little bit of what you can and can't do, or what you should start with, or maybe somebody's undergoing treatment. And, this is just a course that can hopefully create a positive impact and help coaches, give those survivors and thrivers a chance to really thrive without separating them. So the course that we have now, I mean, it maybe will take an average coach maybe 20, 25 minutes to go through. It's all online. We have some cool what it means to be a survivor from survivors. So that way you can get that personal insight on what the athletes are thinking, what you can do for survivors, the new mindset with exercise, insights. There's a little quiz in there. And then, of course, we added in some icebreaker questions and resources. So just a quick little course that helps you get educated. And I mean, why not? It's just free and it takes 20 minutes. So now it's just step one. Hopefully we'll get more courses out. We're also working on an athlete course next.
I love that. I think especially women who are currently doing CrossFit and then they get diagnosed and have surgery, have double mastectomy, there are things that have to change after that surgery and evolve. And it would be super helpful for coaches to educate themselves so they feel more confident to support that group of people. And then you guys have grants to be able to help them pay for their CrossFit membership. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep. So not just CrossFit memberships, but basically our grant process. I mean, as you know, breast cancer can be expensive. It varies from every single person. And like we saw with COVID, like the first thing that gets cut out is your memberships, the things that some would maybe consider a commodity. But now with breast cancer and cancer in general, like exercise, health, wellness, those should be bumped up to number one. And so we want to eliminate any possible chance that somebody cuts those out. So we provide funding for health and physical resources. So that way we can, keep empowering and keep the quality of life and outcomes even higher for all the survivors. So it's not just memberships. It could be some people want to apply and get their supplements covered because now you have to take different supplements because you're going through cancer treatment, or you have a gym membership, or you want to do yoga because you don't have that range of motion anymore. So it can be really whatever the survivor needs and wants. And we just want to meet them where they're at in their journey and help make sure that we can support that.
I absolutely love that. One of the things that I'm super excited about is the new partnership between Healthy Steps Nutrition and Compete for a Cure, where you guys we're working together to have nutrition coaching available for people going through treatment and post-treatment. What I heard, and we've worked with this population before, is a lot of times people that are diagnosed with breast cancer don't get the nutrition support they need. Their doctors are not educated on how nutrition influences recovery and support. And from personal experience, when I was a dietitian at the hospital, we were giving cancer patients Ensure, and I was required to do that, which is a sugar-loaded supplement, which we know fuels cancer. So being able to help these individuals understand how to meet the nutritional needs that they have in different stages of treatment for breast cancer and post-treatment is going to be so helpful. We're actually doing a kickoff call today. People have already started booking discovery calls. We'll go into the details of this program towards the end of the podcast, but I am so excited that you guys are going to be able to provide grants for people to get 3 months of individual coaching, essentially completely free for them, that are diagnosed with breast cancer.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking of when we started our nonprofit. It's crazy that it's happening, and I can't wait. I'm just like so pumped.
It's amazing. All right. We'll go into the details of that in a little bit, but I want to backtrack a little bit. Girls Gone RX. You've helped a lot. How many gyms would you say have run this Girls Gone RX competition since 2012?
Oh, since 2012. I think we just passed 300 events total.
Amazing. Okay.
This year.
So 300 events this year. Wow.
300 total.
300
across
total.
I believe. I don't have the exact number.
Okay. So I am sure that you've been able to help some gym owners with increasing participation. So if a gym wants to host a Girls Gone RX competition, what are some tips that you have for them to help them increase participation in this event?
Yeah, I mean, it varies community to community. A lot of promoting locally, like getting your athletes on board, even if they're not competing, obviously the guys on board and sharing it. And obviously connecting with your local gyms and tell them this is not just a competition. I mean, obviously it's going to benefit the entire community. So reaching out to other gyms and saying, hey, the more people we get to compete, the more we fundraise. It's just this huge circle of fun. And, if you have survivors in your community, we also, because of our partnership on both sides, any survivor can compete for free. And so that's a fun way to kind of get more survivors into something that maybe they wouldn't have done otherwise. We've had a few survivors this year that have never competed and they loved it. They got to do it for free. They got to challenge themselves. Again, it gives them a goal. It keeps them in the gym. So it's all about I always talk about like this big empowering circle. Like if you can get more of your community, and then if that gym, like let's say CrossFit Nicole hosts and CrossFit Lindsey has a survivor, now CrossFit Lindsey's survivor can go apply for a grant. They could have competed. They could have seen everybody supporting each other. So it's kind of this big circle of fun. So reaching out to other gyms, letting them know like this event's going to benefit everybody, not just our gym for hosting it.
I love that. Getting local gyms involved, even maybe some local. I remember when we hosted a breast cancer fundraising event a few years ago at our gym, we got local businesses to donate things and we did a raffle. too. So we had like a huge raffle, and then these businesses came and supported, which was a really fun way to connect and create partnerships with local businesses, which is long-term strategy, a really great referral source for your business. So if you're thinking about hosting a Girls Gone RX competition, think about reaching out to some local businesses that might be willing to donate something that you can host for a raffle to raise more funds. Let's talk about fundraising for Compete for a Cure. Yes. What are some tips for people? Can you fundraise? Let me backtrack. Can you fundraise as a gym and an individual?
Yes, definitely. Yep. So we have I'm sure people have seen, if they've fundraised events before, we have the option to do, a gym can set up a fundraising team page, and then individuals can fundraise for underneath that gym. If you're an individual that just wants to fundraise, so we have the option. Yep. Individual, team, lots of custom options. We have some event ideas on our website. So if you're like, I have no clue how to do a fundraising event, but I know I want to do one, we have outlined some fun ideas that we've seen that gyms really like. We have a rowing one that's called Give 10, Get 100. And that's kind of just what it sounds like. For every $10 that somebody gets donated, they have to commit to rowing 100 meters. So that one's you don't need a lot. You can do it anytime you want. My husband and I did it with our kids, and it was really slow and fun, especially with 4-year-olds trying to row. But she loved it.
Oh, that's amazing.
We have a benchmark workout that some gyms are doing that was inspired by survivors that we partnered with Proven on programming that one. And then, of course, there's just anything that people want to do. Burpees for Boobs is a fun one that we see at Girls Gone RX that kids do. It's like a little scavenger hunt. And they let all the kids go, and then they all come back and do a bunch of burpees. It's supposed to be like 30 burpees per time, but I think they do burpees, and some do 5, some do 30, some do whatever. So yeah, it's really easy for a gym. If you're a gym owner and you want to fundraise, we have super easy options. We have full toolkits. We partnered with Forever Fierce, and they're doing like a custom shirt for gyms. So if you want to do like a shirt fundraiser, they have really easy options for that. It's just a simple form you can fill out. It's like 3 questions, and then they get you all set up. So trying to make it as easy as possible for anyone that wants to fundraise. And then if somebody wanted a custom flyer, custom anything, we can always help with that.
Wow. Amazing. So there's the competition side, there's the fundraising side. You combine them together, and you're able to get your community involved to ultimately make a greater impact together and potentially help someone in your local community, which is really cool, because a lot of times when you fundraise for bigger events or bigger nonprofit organizations, you're fundraising, but you actually never see where that money, those funds are going to. And in this way, it could actually go back into your affiliate to help support gym memberships for survivors, or, in this case with the nutrition coaching, they could be able to get nutrition coaching for free, which is absolutely amazing. Any other thoughts that you have regarding Girls Gone RX, Compete for a Cure, anything else coming up for you?
Oh, coming up, we just launched our volunteer program. So we're working on, if anyone's interested in volunteering, we call it the ripple effect. Just because that was something that a long time ago, I never thought that we would, like, one person would make such an impact. So we started Girls Gone RX, and we've fundraised over $1 million to date. And I never really saw that effect happening. And so our volunteer program is called the Ripple Effect. And so if anyone wants to volunteer, like, we would love to connect, and we have partnerships going on, and we're not limited to anything. We're open to all of the stuff. So everything, that we have right now on our website is just growing and evolving, and it's been really fun. So I'm excited to see all the partnerships and events happen, and see how much of an impact we can make this year.
I love it. Super easy. October's coming up, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Super easy for you to host one of these events. Number one, it's amazing in a CrossFit community to get your athletes together, and ultimately supporting a bigger cause gives them the extra push to maybe get some people involved that might not normally get involved. So definitely look at that to be able to host an event. You can also set up a fundraising team, which will be really great if you have anyone in your community that is going through breast cancer treatment or post-treatment, this could be a really good option to send to them to be able to get some grant money to help support them with whatever they need. Let's talk a little bit about the nutrition scholarship, which I'm super excited about. So step number 1, there is an application process that comes from you, basically so that we're collecting all of the information from people who are applying for the grants. This is a grant for a gym membership, yoga membership, for nutrition coaching. That is step number 1. It takes a couple minutes to fill out that form. And then you're transitioned over to us to book a discovery call. The goal of that discovery call is to find out a little bit more about your goals, a little bit more about you, so that we can pair you with the best registered dietitian to help reach those goals. And then you get booked for an initial consultation. You start your 3 months of nutrition coaching completely free. Process is really simple. We don't have a limit. Like it's not like only open to X number of people. Like if you are a breast cancer survivor, this program is open to you. You don't have to be a CrossFit athlete, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Anything else that is coming up for you that I might have left out about this program?
Oh gosh, I don't think so. I mean, we have grants also for gym owners. I don't know. I think we mentioned it, but maybe not. Gym owners can also apply for a grant. So if you have survivors in your community, or want survivors in your community, like reach out to us. Let's get you some resources, get you filling out the grant application for gyms, and see how we can also help a gym owner.
I love that. So, I mean, you are a gym owner, and now all of this is really supporting gym owners, but then also to turn some pain that you and your family, a lot of pain that you and your family went through with your mom with breast cancer, to be able to pay it forward and help other people. So it's really, really awesome. I love what you guys are doing. Yeah. Super exciting.
Thank you. I mean, it's right back at you. So
anything, I think we went through everything in regards to the nutrition coaching. Let's just go over some of the logistics of this. So you have an initial consultation. Every 2 weeks, there's a video call. So this is all done through Zoom, a video call. There you have access to the HSN app, which is going to have daily videos. You're going to have check-ins with the registered dietitian every single week. So there's a ton of support for you. After the 3 months, then you can reapply for a grant for ongoing coaching, or you have the option to pay for it out of pocket. But the first 3 months is completely free. Again, the steps are application through you guys, which is essentially just collecting all of the information. Then you're prompted to book a discovery call with us. From there, you're booking that initial consultation. So 3-step process to get onboarded. Very simple. I'm so excited about this partnership. I really think that these women are in such need of nutrition support, accountability to help them during this season and even post-treatment. So I know people have already emailed me back saying that they're so excited to be able to start this. And we already have discovery calls scheduled this week.
Great. I'm so excited.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
Anything else? Where can people find you? So where can people find Girls Gone RX to contact you? How can people get a hold of you?
Yeah. So competeforacure.org. Everything's on there. On Instagram. We're not too crazy on Instagram, but as much as we can be. And then Girls Gone RX, same thing on Instagram, Girls Gone RX, but depending on where you live, it could be Girls Gone RX South Africa, Girls Gone RX Europe. I mean, we're kind of all over on that side. So yeah, you can send us a message, send us an email. Everything's pretty open on website and Instagram, both. So
awesome. We'll put the links for the websites for both Compete for a Cure and Girls Gone RX in the show notes for this podcast episode, as well under the YouTube video. If you have any questions at all, let me know. If you are a breast cancer survivor listening to this and you want to book a discovery call, you can have that link too. So excited to work with this community of people. Lindsey, thank you so much for all that you do. The ripple effect going back to your volunteer program is huge for everything that you guys are doing. And I'm just excited to be a part of it.
Thanks. Us too. Can't wait.
I'm so excited to be in partnership with Lindsey. She's doing incredible things in the community. I love everything that Compete for a Cure stands for. We are so thankful to be a part of the nutrition scholarship through Healthy Steps Nutrition and Compete for a Cure to help these ladies who've been diagnosed with breast cancer. If you have someone in your community, make sure you click the link in the show notes so you can send them the application. They can fill it out and they can get either their fitness membership or even nutrition coaching paid for by Compete for a Cure. We've already started onboarding people through this organization, and the same thing keeps coming up. All of these women are so thankful. They're all saying this is the missing piece of the puzzle in their treatment journey and their recovery journey with nutrition coaching. Many of them are doing CrossFit or fitness, but some of them are not. And this is just a huge piece of the puzzle that can really help them take back control of their health and also help to understand how to control some of the things that are going on, because there's a lot of food and drug interactions when you're on medications after you've been diagnosed with cancer. So we're super excited to help them. If you know anyone, send them the link to this podcast episode, the link to the application so they can get in the funnel to receive that help. If you are looking to do an in-house fundraiser or in-house competition, consider doing Girls Gone RX or getting involved with Compete for a Cure in October or even throughout the year. They're doing incredible things. So excited about this partnership. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, or I'm going to put Lindsey's information in the show notes. Hope you enjoyed this podcast episode, and we will see you back here next week.